Hi YouTube. Alright, update on the septic. Today's Thursday. Got it in. As you can see, I started backfilling it. But I had to get my standpipe built and put up, and I've been working on that all morning. Let me back up here. I've got everything all hooked up there. Comes down, hooks right into the tank. I got the boots all hooked up. I had to pick them up yesterday. That's what took so long. This is my standpipe. Remember I told you this thing was $350, a little over $300, something like that, and then you had to buy a cap for it. Well, I don't have that kind of money. I mean, granted, I got the money, but this was my solar money that I was going to buy my solar panels with and put in. And I've got about $1,000 wrapped up in this, and that's what I had set back for my solar. So it takes me a long time to get it built up. So $350, I can finagle something. So that's what I did. All right, this is put on upside down. It should look like this, but it's got a lip on it right here. So I mounted it upside down on there, and then this piece of tile fits on top of it, and it comes up. Well, I needed a cap for it to go on the top of it when it's sitting on, up here, so nobody can get in it or whatever, and bugs and animals and stuff stay out, and I can still access it to get it pumped out. Well, there was 2 of them on this tank. You can see what I did. I cut a 55-gallon plastic barrel. I cut that off and screwed it onto there. I put a sealer on it, and then I screwed it down on top of that. So that gave me the lid that I need for that. So I'll put it together here and show you what I got. Sorry about the jerkiness, but let's see. There we go. That's on there. And then see, this sets on top of that. I hope. Like that. And that's my lid. And then I'll put screws in the side of that and hold it down on there so somebody can't just pull it off and get in there. But anyway, I'm going to bring the ground level back up, and wherever it comes, I'm going to cut off the excess. I'm going to make it flush so I can run the mower over it. That's pretty stout. That piece there is pretty stout with the reinforcing on it. It's pretty thick. I might leave it up just a little bit, but I'm hoping I can run right over it with the lawnmower. And no problems. I haven't decided on that yet. But that's my $300 dilemma that I saved and didn't have to pay anything for. And like I say, that 55-gallon barrel worked great. I mean, I screwed that on there, and then I got my drain field I got to hook up yet. I'm hoping to get it buttoned up today, but I wanted to show you what all I did. The drain field, alright, when I dug this up, I didn't know where it was at exactly. I knew where the drain field was, but I didn't know where the tank was. Well, there wasn't any tank at all. So it just run right straight out. And originally, it's kind of hard to see. Let me walk over here. See where all that brush is and them trees right there? Down there over there by the lake? Well, that's where it ran out before. It just ran out the side of the hill. And it was a straight shot. There was nothing to collect anything. It was just raw sewage going out the end. Well, I got rid of that, and now I got the drain field in. I put that in last year, but I didn't know there wasn't a tank. They always told me there was a 275-gallon fuel oil barrel buried, and that's what they was using for their septic tank. Well, he had problems with the tank, so he bypassed it. He's run a straight line out through there. So I put a drain field in last year because I didn't like it running out the end of the hillside, so I put a drain field in. And now I'm hooked into the house. I got to backfill all this, but I got to finish putting this on, but I wanted to show it to you. But anyway, tomorrow, I'm hoping to get this buttoned up today. Tomorrow I've got a doctor's appointment, and that'll take pretty much all day. That's up in Madison, Wisconsin. That's about 2 hours away. That'll be an all-day deal. And hopefully they'll let me get to come home. You never know. I've already been up there, and they made me stay overnight and do a bunch of tests and everything. But anyway, this is what I've got done so far. I'm hoping, like I say, to get it buttoned up, backfilled, and start working on water. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do for water yet. Alright, we're buying this on contract, the A-frame. I've got a total of, well, I've got a little over almost 2 acres here, and there's almost 2 acres there, so I got almost 4 acres total. That over there is mostly trees and fence line over there. It's a ditch on the other side of the house, and you can't do too much on that. And then when it floods or if it rains like it did the other day, it's a lake down there in the bottom, so you can't put a garden in it. And it's kind of just the house and the driveway. That's all there is. So it kind of goes good with this one. I've got a lot of acreage here for the gardens. I've got good area for gardens. I've got apple trees. I've got pear trees, which our pears didn't do any good this year. I don't know what happened to them. They were looking real good. They was plump, and something got in them and rotted them before they even got mature. And they started falling out of the tree. And I don't know if it was a bug or birds or what it was. But anyway, the pear trees didn't do anything. But the apple trees done good. We've got 3 apple trees. There's one there, one little one there, and then another one over there. Don't mind the weeds. Them are going to be gone too, because I'm going to cover this all back up while I got the backhoe here. And then over by that brown building over there, that container, on the other side of that, there's 2 more apple trees over there. One's an eaten apple and one's a cannon apple, or a pie apple, whatever it is. Makes good pies. And the eaten apples aren't done yet. They're pretty hard yet. We're waiting for a frost. We got another probably 3 or 4 weeks before that happens. I got to haul water today. I got a lot to do to get this thing buttoned up, because I can't backfill it until I get it full. Otherwise, they say it might collapse. I don't know. That tank's pretty solid, but I'm going to do what they say, and I'm going to fill it full of water, and then I'm going to backfill it. And screw my pipe on there, and I'll be ready to go. At least I can flush the stool. Oh, and by the way, the only thing that goes in here is black water. All my dish soap from my sink and my bathtub, I save it and I use it on the garden for watering, which we didn't have to water this year. I got a tank. It's kind of hard to show you because I got skirting on the trailer. This is a mess. That's my next thing. In between deer hunting, I'm gonna have to come home and start cleaning up and get my deck done and everything. But underneath here is a tank, and all my gray water goes into that from the sink and the shower. And like I say, and then I got a pump. I don't know if you can see that tube right there by the telephone line there. There's a tube that comes up there, and I just hook my pump right onto that, open the valve up, and I can put a garden hose on it, and I can irrigate the garden, water the garden, and it doesn't cost me nothing. That was another plus. And then like I say, I use a 12-volt RV pump in the house and out of the tanks, and that's what I use for this too. I've got 2 of them. I got one for the garden that I hook up during the spring or summer or whatever, and then I unhook it. But I'm thinking about pumping the water. I'm still going to go with a solar pump. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I'm going to get a solar pump, and I might drop it down in that well and build a little shop or a shack over top of that, and put my storage tanks in that and insulate it, and then I might just have my solar pump fill my barrels, and then I'll pump it from there up to the trailer. So I want to have my water free. I want to get it out of the ground for nothing. And like I say, they wanted $18,000 to $25,000 for a well. Well, I give $25,000 for the A-frame. I got another 2 acres and a well. So, and I got a foundation. Maybe someday when I strike it rich and hit the lottery. Oh, by the way, don't play the Illinois lottery. If it's over 5,000 or something like that, you have to get an IOU. State of Illinois is broke. And that stupid people are still playing the lottery. Don't figure. Well, thanks, YouTube. That's what I'm going on today. We'll talk at you another day. Bye-bye.